Visit Aromacup.com, the world's leading single-serve coffee guide. Join our forums, talk with other coffee lovers, find coupons and reviews on great single-serve gourmet coffee machines, coffee capsules, and more great information, all available at Aromacup.com. Hey everybody, this is Brian from Aromacup.com. Thank you for joining me as always here in my virtual coffee shop brought to you by Aromacup.com. Today I'm going to be talking about making French press coffee using a single serve coffee machine. French press coffee, nothing really beats French press, but it can be a little labor intensive. You usually have to boil water and things like that. We're going to show you how you can save a little bit of time and still make awesome coffee, awesome French press coffee using a Keurig single serve coffee machine right here. So I have, of course, my Keurig B70. I've got the Bodum Bistro electric coffee grinder, which we've talked about in some previous videos. Awesome coffee grinder. And then we've got my girlfriend's French press here. It's mine, all right? I admit it. It's mine. I like pink, and I'm not afraid to admit it. So there you go, folks. Brian likes pink. All right, and I have, of course, some fresh beans. There's some really important things in French press. One is fresh beans, good coffee. The second one is nice hot water. You want to make sure that you've got the right concentration of water and that it's nice and hot, which we're going to get out of our B70 right here. And then the other thing is a little bit of time. Wait about 4 minutes after you have made your coffee. Wait about 4 minutes before you go ahead and press it down, because that's how you know that that coffee is going to steep properly. As long as you can do that, you're going to have a great cup of coffee. So let's go ahead and jump right in and show you how we can do this using the B70 or really any other single serve machine. I'm going to go ahead and start off by grinding some coffee beans. Again, if you want the best possible coffee, really, grind some of your own beans. You will not regret it at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit to my hopper right here on my Bodum machine. I'm going to pop my lid back on. You can use any coffee that you like, but the important thing when doing French press is to grind it to the correct consistency. So I can select a consistency here by just turning the hopper on my Bodum machine. I'm going to go ahead and select the French press. I got that little French press guy right there. So that means I'm going to get a good coarse ground for French press coffee. So after I've selected that, I just need to pick how much time I want to grind for. I'll do about 10 seconds, and I'm just going to go ahead and grind some coffee. So, you see how quick that is. So already we're saving a little time, and we've made some really great coffee. So now all my coffee grounds right down here in my receptacle, ready to go. Next thing I got to do, of course, is fill up my French press. I'm going to take out my lid. I've got a good coarse ground here. You can see that. It's nice and coarse. You don't want to use powdery coffee for French press. It's gonna be bad, basically. We'll just leave it at that. I'm going to use about 4 spoonfuls, give or take here. Doesn't need to be heaping. I'm just going to go ahead and fill up the bottom of my French press a little bit. All depends on the strength of your coffee, the way that you like it. Remember, taste is always subjective when it comes to these things, but this should work pretty well. I'm going to use about 10 ounces of water using my Keurig machine, and this is real easy for me to do. All I need to do to use just hot water out of the B70 is just open up the lid and close it down again. And so now the machine, it says it's ready to brew, so I've just opened it up, closed it, slide in my French press bottom half right here, and I'm going to go ahead and just scoot up my coffee size, just one, to the almost largest cup that I can do with my Keurig machine. And now I'm just going to brew, and this is going to create just hot water. Now, again, as I say, last important thing about French press, give it a little time. Wait about 4 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and brew this, and then we're going to wait soon after that. So let's go ahead and brew, show you how we can just make some hot water with this machine. So of course the great thing about these machines is that the water's, it's very, very hot. I have this machine set right now to 192 degrees, which is more than ample enough on the heat scale for what I need to do here. You can change that setting a little bit, especially with the B70. You can't do that with all single serve machines, but this way I can tailor the temperature of my coffee. But you want to use nice hot water when you're doing French press. So there you go. This is all set. I've got my coffee ready to go, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to stir this up a little bit right now. Get my grounds in. There we go. So now the steeping shall start. And remember, give yourself a little bit of time. So now we're going to pop our lid on, and we're just going to go ahead and wait. We're going to play the waiting game. Wait a little bit, go read the newspaper, and you're going to have a great cup of coffee. So we'll be back in the flash of my snapping my fingers right there. We'll be back to show you how good this can be. All right, so we've waited 4 minutes. We've got our coffee. It's been steeping for a while. You can wait longer if you want to, but you really don't need to. 4 minutes is about the sweet spot. So I'm just going to go ahead and do what the name says. I'm going to press this guy down. Go all the way down, and now, because we used a nice, good, coarse ground of coffee, we shouldn't end up with a lot of extra coffee grounds when we pour this out. That's something I really like. You could always get a little bit, but with a good French press grind of coffee, you should just get a good cup of coffee. You can go all the way to the bottom there. We all know some of the best stuff can be right down there on the bottom, and there you go. There's your cup of French press coffee. And, you know, great color on this. The flavor is great. The aroma is great. French press, you really can't beat it. But just remember, you've got to have some fresh beans, some good coffee ready to go. Get the right grind. That's really important. And make sure you got nice hot water, which you can get out of this B70 or a lot of other single serve machines. And of course, some time. Wait, I was able to snap my fingers and pass the time, but remember, give yourself a little time and you will be able to enjoy your cup. I'm Brian with Aromacup.com. Thanks for joining me in my virtual coffee shop brought to you by Aromacup.com. We hope to see you guys on the website. Thanks for watching and enjoy your cup.